Hello. Let's set up a scenario and say you just got your first car. You drive your car from home to work or school or running errands. You pump gas to get from place to place, but you also need to be checking your car's oil levels, especially if you have an older car with 100,000 miles or more. Oil is important to lubricate your car and help keep the engine clean. Every time you drive your car is burning off a small amount of oil, and this amount adds up over time. If you use your car with oil levels that are too low, it can cause engine failure and other problems with your car. Today, we're going to show you how to check your car's oil levels, and if they're too low, how to add more oil. The process is similar for most cars. To start off, I want to give you guys some helpful tips to make sure you get an accurate oil reading. The first tip is to have your car parked in a flat location. If your car's in a sloped driveway, it can cause the oil to shift and cause wrong readings. The second tip is to check your oil when your car's engine is cool. This will make sure oil isn't still spread out throughout your car. If you just used your car, wait about 30 minutes for your car to cool down before checking your oil. Step number 1 is to find your car's oil dipstick. The dipstick is usually a bright color, like this bright orange in my car. Once you find it, you'll need to pull it out because this is where you'll see how much oil your car has. Every car's dipstick will have some sort of marking on it. My car's dipstick has 2 lines. Other cars might have 2 circles instead of the 2 lines. What these lines represent are an upper limit and a lower limit for the oil. If your oil on the stick is under the lower limit, that means your car is low on oil and you need to add more. If your oil is past the upper limit, that means your car was overfilled with oil. Your oil should be right on the upper limit line, but not past it. In this slide, for example, the dipstick on the left has a perfect amount of oil. It reaches the upper limit line, but it doesn't pass it. The dipstick in the middle shows a car with low oil. It is below the low limit marking and needs to be refilled. To get the most accurate results, I like to first clean off the dipstick a couple of times before taking my first reading. That's what you can see me doing here. I'm cleaning the stick, re-dipping it, and then taking my first reading. So in my case, you can see how low my oil was. It wasn't below the lower limit, but ideally, we want our oil to be right on the upper limit marking. I'll be showing you guys how to refill the oil in case yours is also low. When refilling, the first thing you want to do is make sure you have the correct oil type for your car. You can easily check this under the hood of your car. This location that I'm pointing to here is where I'll be putting my new oil. The way you can tell is because this cap has the oil symbol on it. So look for this oil cap in your car, and once you find it, the number on it will tell you what type of oil you need. My car uses a 5W20 type of oil. Other cars might use something like 5W30. You can purchase car oil in many places like AutoZone, Walmart, or O'Reilly's. You just need to make sure you're getting the specific kind your car needs. If your oil cap does not say what kind of oil your car needs, you can likely find it under your car's owner manual. Once you have your replacement oil, you'll unscrew the cap, and I highly recommend using a funnel to make sure you don't spill oil all over your car. Especially if your car is like mine and has a spot in an awkward location. If it's your first time refilling, I also recommend you start slowly, pour a small amount into the funnel, then stop and check your dipstick again to see how much it increased. After some time, you'll start to get a feel for how much oil your car takes. So again, when you take a reading, first clean the dipstick, then redip it and check it. Here, you can see my oil is exactly where I want it to be. It's right on the upper limit line, but not past it, so I can stop refilling. The last step once your oil is on that upper limit line is just to clean up. I keep my funnel in a rag to stop any leftover oil from dripping out. And then you screw the cap back on and just store any leftover oil you have and save it for next time. So how often should you check your car's oil? Because your car burns up small amounts of oil every time you use it, I would recommend checking it at the end of every week. If you see your oil levels not really dropping at the end of the week, you can change that to once every other week. If you see it is dropping significantly, it is possible that your car may be leaking oil and might be worth to have it checked out. After some time, you'll need to do a complete oil change, which is when you remove all of the oil from your car and place new oil. You can start to tell when you need an oil change because the oil starts to get black, like in this picture here. I'll be making a video on this topic sometime in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. Please leave any questions you have in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.